that win, needs to take the series to 4-3. He's got a pretty cool picture up there. Looks like kind of a relaxed guy. Pretty cool. Playing...
I play StarCraft? Yeah!
Yeah, getting all excited. And we see NEANS, our yellow Terran player, spawning in the top right. He is for Team BC going against Team Alberta's Aruncart, the teal Protoss, in the top left.
Yeah, exactly, and we'll see exactly what builds these guys go for. The last matchup was a little bit one-sided. I think it was attributed to the fact that Sinatra just kind of knew the playstyle wannabe, knew that he was going to go for those Hellions and prepared accordingly. Got away with that one gate expand and just pulled ahead for the rest of the game. But yeah, obviously two different players here, same matchup, but two different players. Interested to see exactly what we're going for. NEANS is deciding to wall off.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go for that wall off. Pretty standard. You can be nervous about Void Rays, though, with walling off. A Void Ray kind of all-in can be troublesome, can be difficult to deal with. Watching the expansions and the gas timings for both players, I know we're kind of saying this, but that is what you want to watch for at the beginning of the game. Big shout-out to UBC StarCraft, and you can find them on Facebook, UBC StarCraft Club, as well as 604 StarCraft, home of Team Cyber Gaming.
Yeah, and we also have on Facebook the actual National Star League. You can find that, and then as well as the Twitter for National Star League is N-Star League. So go check both of those out. Be sure to follow and keep track. This is just a show match here, so it's not actually for anything other than pride. But yeah, seeing this SCV come in for NEANS, just checking out what's going on. He's going to see that gas, going to see that gateway, and yeah, looking forward to see exactly what's going to go on in this game.
Terran player playing very standard so far, getting that gas out, getting up to those 15 workers, going to get an orbital as soon as this Rax is done. Very, very standard stuff. Doesn't look like he's going for any sort of gasless fast expand. Will he throw on another Rax here? We'll have to watch. Cybernetics Core going down. Definitely follow National Star League on Twitter and on Facebook. This league is crazy. Just look at the lineup we have today. Absolutely incredible players on both sides of the board. Very, very good games. California qualifiers are tomorrow. That will be streamed at about 5:30, I believe it is. California, hate to say it, Canada, but I think they've got as many people in California as we have in our entire country. So the competition there is very, very stiff. We see the second gas going down for a Protoss player. But be sure to tune in tomorrow. That'll be pretty exciting. And we are seeing a quick factory. I want to watch the gas right now. We're up to 44, 48. Are we going to see those? He's got it selected. We're going to see even some more Hellion Sprawl.
Yeah, indeed, and I'm wondering what Aruncart is going to do to kind of negate this. He does have a second gas up here, so I'm assuming we're going to see some sort of one-base play. He could be going, ooh, that is a nice probe. He could be going for a proxy gate, or sorry, proxy Stargate. With that wall off, it's actually very powerful. I don't think he actually fully walled. I think he's got just one depot there, but regardless, he has that depot on the low ground. That's the neutral one he can charge up on, and then that one on the high ground as well. So a lot of places to charge up with that Void Ray, and very powerful is that build.
Yeah, you nailed it, man.
He's going for the robo facility, so never mind.
but he's going for the robo facility, so everything he said is out, but it's not out because that's a very valuable strat. That's some good insight into the game. That is something that can happen. I was referring to that earlier. I've played some games where, you know, you're kind of building up. You think your Protoss enemy, I play Terran, of course, is going for a standard build, and then, oh shit, Void Rays. And you can be in some deep trouble there, but he does scout the robo, so he knows Void Rays are out. We will finally stop discussing that, I promise, as we see first Hellion seems to be being produced right now as that Starport just finishes.
Yeah, exactly, and that robo facility is going to finish right now, and that was actually a really good scout by NEANS. I did not expect him to get that in there. With that stalker out, I would have liked to see the stalker actually a little bit further, maybe down at the ramp of the natural, just so when that scout did come in, he could deny it before he got up into the main, but he actually indeed got a full scout off. Saw that robot box facility, but we do see a Nexus coming down that has not been scouted by our Terran player.
Exactly. Now, there's no expansion for NEANS as of yet. I'd love to see him take it. I do imagine he's going to, as he hasn't been that aggressive yet. It is only 6.5 minutes into this game, so we would see what happens. Loading up, looks like he's going to drop into the main base, and he has tons of room to drop there. He can drop easily without being spotted, especially with that little bump outwards right there, and judging by his clicks, that looks like right where he's going to drop. He'll be able to get all those Marines out of the medevac before Aruncart has any idea.
Yeah, and a little bit of a tough break by Aruncart. That observer just missed that medivac as it was flying by. But yeah, full unload before he can see anything by NEANS. And he's going to run up here, get into that mineral line, stop pulling off, and he has Hellions coming in the front at the same time. He's going to come around the back. What are the Hellions doing? They're just sitting there, and they're running in now. He's going to do some more damage, and is this going to be enough to really take out Aruncart? He's doing a lot of damage, but I think he's going to be eventually able to hold. But a lot of damage indeed being done by NEANS.
These Marines do not have stim right now, but still getting 13 workers and still getting more. We're seeing 15. Needs to hit the S button to kill some more. Another one going down there, and another one, and focusing that Immortal, which is really good. If he can pick off that Immortal, this drop will be huge. Oh, actually not getting the Immortal, but dropping.
He's gonna try and take it out. He's gonna try and take it out. Oh, good God!
Oh,
he takes it out.
Very nice.
That was
snipe.
very worth it for NEANS there. Those Immortals so expensive, and wow, are Marines powerful. He comes in and takes out so much. I'd like to see the workers killed here. It is in set 18. He killed 30, or sorry, I was like, wow, no, he killed 15 workers there, so that was definitely good damage. That is essentially what Wannabe wanted to do with his build, isn't it, Cole?
Yeah, exactly, and not what Wannabe was able to do. I think really taking Aruncart kind of off guard there. Last game, the Protoss player knew what was coming. You see a Raven floating out there. Ravens are pretty cool. Going to be able to do a lot with that point defense drone. Doesn't have the energy yet, but will be slowly accumulating that. If we look at workers, our Terran player rather is definitely ahead right now. Really good harassment. He is ahead by about 7, and dropping that expansion. And look, judging by the units he's getting out right now, might be just sticking with bio. We don't actually have a shot of the Terran base at the moment.
Yeah, he does have that one Raven, and like you're saying, that point defense drone can be so effective against Stalkers. Just as much damage as it can absorb is just awesome, like especially if it's a very close game, that kind of thing. I would like to see some sort of damage possibly be done by Aruncart here, maybe a War Prism or something like that, but he indeed has not learned from his previous mistake of not having a pylon in the fog of war of his base, and a full 2 medivacs being unloaded with a Raven. This is going to be a huge push by our Protoss player here.
Still no stim, running in here, taking out some of the workers, actually hitting a gateway a bit, doing a ton of damage, focusing down those pylons. Everything will stay powered though as of right now, but look at all those Protoss units filing into one gap. That sentry was blocking out all of his buddies, not allowing anything to happen, and a turret going down, absorbing a ton of damage. And NEANS is just doing really well with this drop. These Stalkers are not microing at all, but it looks like NEANS is going to have to pick up and get out of there, but instead he's just going to keep microing around, microing around, microing around. Will lose a majority of the Marines, but should escape with the Raven and 1 medevac.
Yeah, that was a good amount of damage done by NEANS there. He did what he wanted, just kept him from... Basically, he forced him to make a lot of units, whereas... Wow, yeah, there's 24 workers killed. That is huge, and I have no idea how, even with Chrono Boost, you can really pull yourself back in there. But he is indeed Chrono Boosting out all those workers, and he's got a small gateway force, but... this is going to be a tough one for Aruncart to really defend against.
Some Marauders joining this group. They do not have slow, there's no stim, there's no shield, there's no actual upgrades for this bio army right now, but continuing to keep the pressure up. Good force field going down, but not actually trapping any of the units. I think our Terran player will be able to get out of here. Slow just finishing. If he would have waited for that, he might have done a little better in this engagement, but he is double expanding to the bottom of the map, feeling very, very confident right now. He's actually supply blocked at the moment. There's some supply depots going down right now, so he won't be supply blocked for too long, but the supply is 94 to 60.
Yeah, exactly, and we're actually seeing the factory come out into the middle of the map, and I was just watching Jachi actually do this in his last game in the GSL, and he actually lands his factory exactly where he's going to engage, just so it can negate some of that damage, and that's very high-level play, if you ask me. Very good, and Aruncart is actually going to drop pylons now in those Quagga-Warva's base. Good decision by him. He doesn't want to get caught off guard by any more of those drops. He's got an observer there. He's going to know when that dropship decides to come back, and it's coming back right now. Is he going to greet it with some stalkers? I'm not really sure. Yeah, but he does not take it out. 10 HP on that medivac.
Escaping with 10, but now moving in the front. Stim is done, so this Bio Ball is so much more effective. Picking off a bunch of workers might actually just go for the natural. If he sticks in here, he might be able to snipe, but instead, shooting the worker, splitting his army up, doing a lot of damage to that Nexus. Really nice splitting right now by FTaCtnEAnS, doing a ton of damage. The supply is 116 to 56, and he might be able to just kill the entire army of Aruncart right now.
Yeah, exactly. He might be able to hold that ramp with a force field, but eventually he's going to get very tough. GG by Aruncart. Nothing he could really do here. Lost his natural. So many probes, lost that whole game, and yeah, good game.
Might be minor, but one thing I like to point out, that Nexus that went down right at the end there had 100% of its energy, so maybe wasn't using Chrono Boost at best, was being forced to multitask all over the place. Really good harassment by FTaCtNEAnS. Really made use of the Bio Ball before any upgrades were out, but I really think better pylon placement could have really helped out our Protoss player there, who was able to drop so many times, get the entire drop on the ground and moving before there was any detection that there was a drop going on.
Yeah, exactly. That was a really good job by FTaCtNEAnS. He did exactly what he wanted to do with that early build with the Hellions. He got a lot of damage done there, killed a lot of workers, and yeah, just basically punished the Protoss player all the way through the game and forced a GG in the very end. But yeah, we are going to be right back as we're getting this next game set up, so please stay tuned.